everyone, it's Brava Chef Erin here, and today I'm going to walk you through how to create a custom cook for braised chicken thighs using a custom cook template. Now, this custom cook template is actually based off of our recipe for braised lemon chicken thighs, but I'm going to show you that you're not limited to the braised lemon chicken thigh recipe. You can actually use any ingredients you have on hand. You just have to make sure you're using the same quantity of liquid and hearty vegetable and chicken that's called for in the recipe. But other than that, you can really get creative with it. So today I'm gonna be making a harissa braised chicken with some onions and carrots. It's gonna be delicious, but really you could use whatever flavors you want to. So you can make a Mexican inspired braised chicken thigh. You can make some Italian inspired braised chicken thighs, maybe with some tomatoes and basil and olives. That would be delicious. Really, you could even make curry, which you could use a coconut milk base with some curry powder, and that could be amazing as well. So really feel free to get creative here, and I'll walk you through exactly how you can get this done. So to download this custom cook template, all you're gonna do is open up the Brava app or log in to your profile on the Brava website. Go to search, go to custom cooks, select all, and then search for template, and all of my custom cook templates should pop up then. But since this is my custom cook, I'm gonna go into my profile, and there it is, custom cook template braised chicken thighs. And all you're gonna wanna do is press the plus sign that would be here if you had not downloaded it yet to download it to your custom cooks, or you can use the key that's listed right here. So this custom cook template has a lot of ideas in here. As I mentioned before, all the different cuisines you could be inspired by. Really, you can get creative here and use anything you have on hand, anything you would like to make. Just make sure you're using a hearty vegetable. So you could use the potatoes that are called for here, or you could use, something like carrots, which I'm going to use today, or another hearty root vegetable. Just make sure you're using the same quantities that are listed here. And I'll walk you through my take on this today with my harissa chicken with some onions and carrots. And that's about it. So all you're going to do is want to follow these instructions, and I'll walk you through exactly how I'm doing this next. Okay, so to pull up this custom cook on our Brava, we're just going to go into custom cooks. Then you can either pull it up by using this key icon and enter the key that was in the template, or it will be located under all of your custom cooks in downloaded custom cooks at the very bottom if you had pressed that plus icon. But since this is my custom cook, I'm just going to look through my custom cooks to pull it up. And there we go, custom cook template, braised chicken thighs. So the first thing we're going to want to do here is press these dots in the upper right hand corner and make a copy, because you're not going to be able to edit my custom cook. I mean, I can, but you won't be able to. So you're going to need to create a copy of it, and then you're going to want to rename it to whatever you're making. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as a copy. Press done. And then you can see our procedure here. So first, sear bottom and Brava air fry is for cooking our chicken, searing it off, and then we're going to pause to add all of our other ingredients that we would like to braise. And then it's going to bring this up to temp using sear, and then we're just baking it to braise that all together in the chef's pan. So if you would like to, you can go in here, press any of these, click edit, and edit anything according to what you would like. But I would suggest when you're first trying this out to leave this all as is and test it out. And one last thing to note here is if you'd like to edit this pause step, just go ahead, click on pause, click edit, and then these are pretty generic. So if you would like to specify which ingredients you'd like to add, just add that in here. Let's get started on this chicken. So first thing we're going to do here is add a tablespoon of oil into the bottom of our chef's pan here. And then I'm going to want to make sure this is all evenly spread around the bottom of the pan. And then we are going to add our chicken. So I just put this on a paper towel, dried it off, and seasoned our bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. So just put 4 of them in here, skin side down. And this is gonna get a great sear on that chicken skin to get it all nice and crispy. That's what this first step is all about before we add our liquid ingredients. Let's get this chicken cooking. Put that in there. Press start. Oh, chef's pan without lid, we've got that. And there we go. So while the chicken is searing, all we're gonna do is get our liquids together here. So really you can use whatever liquids you would like. You could use chicken broth, maybe a combination of chicken broth and white wine, depending on what you're making. Today I'm just using water, but really there's so many options for what liquid you could use. So all you're gonna have to do is add 1 cup of your liquid. And then I'm gonna combine this with my tomato paste, harissa, and my spices just to make combining everything, you know, a bit easier. Also going to be adding a tablespoon of harissa. Guys, this is a great harissa. It's Tunisian. Would highly recommend it. And then I'm also going to add a blend of spices here. So I have 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and half a teaspoon of cumin. And I'm gonna whisk those all up together. I'm also gonna add couple pinches of salt here. You could add more salt if you're not using olives, but if you are using olives, I'd recommend limiting the salt since those are pretty salty. Okay, the chicken has finished searing. Let's pull this guy out. Look at that. So I just flip the chicken thighs over so we can expose that crispy skin. And now I'm gonna add our other ingredients. So the recipe called for 3 cups of 1/2-inch diced potatoes, but as I said before, you can include another hearty vegetable instead. So what I'm doing here is I'm including 2 cups of similarly cut carrots. So I'm doing 1/2-inch coins of carrots, and then I added 1 cup, which is about half an onion, just chopped, and that's gonna be 3 cups total, so we're gonna add that in. So now I'm just gonna add my aromatics. So I have 4 cloves of garlic, just crushed. I'm keeping them whole, but you can chop them up if you want to. Again, you can use any aromatics you'd like. If you'd like to include some ginger or no aromatics at all, no garlic, that's totally cool. Now I'm gonna add 1/2 a cup of olives, totally optional. And again, if there's anything else you would like to add here instead, maybe, you know, if you're doing something with capers, you can add them in at this point as well. Really up to you. And then I'm gonna pour that liquid that we mixed up together before, just right on top of everything. And there we go. Now we're just gonna cover this with our lid. Now I can slide this back into the top shelf to finish cooking. It's all done. Okay, so now that this is done braising, we're just gonna finish this off with some final touches. If you had a different flavor profile here, you could definitely finish this off with a pat of butter, with a squeeze of lemon, maybe some vinegar, and fresh herbs. Today I'm just gonna be adding a little bit of fresh cilantro right on top. And that's all we're gonna do. And there we have it. The final step here would just be to edit the final custom cook. So you're going to pull it up on the Brava app or on the website under your custom cooks. Click edit, and then you can swap out the photo here, change the title of the dish, and then I'd recommend deleting everything above this dashed line here, and then just editing everything below the dashed line to what you use. So if you used a different kind of liquid or any specific aromatics you use, etc., and then just adjust the instructions accordingly as well. And then if you would like to, you can also share this recipe, or share your custom cook rather, by creating a custom cook code, and then you can share it with others. Thanks, guys.